Welcome to Saturday, Coffee Doug here. I'm wearing my superhero outfit, hence the cape that I have. You can't really see it real good, but it's there. Because I'm reviewing the movie Super. I don't have it on DVD. Like I said many times these days, people get stuff on demand. They get stuff on demand. And that's what I did. That's how I acquired Super. I watched it on TV yesterday while I was taking my Christmas tree down, and it was good. Super is a 2010 film, rated R. I am going to say a very strong R. There's lots of blood and just language and lots of R-rated scenes, so don't be watching this with the kids if you're into superhero films. Super's written and directed by James Gunn, one of my favorite writers-directors. He's been attached to Scooby-Doo 1 and 2, The Dawn of the Dead remake, Slither, awesome horror movie, Tromeo and Juliet, Uncle Lloydie, who has a cameo in this movie. It stars Rainn Wilson, Liv Tyler, Kevin Bacon, Ellen Page. It's got quite a few people. The backstory of it for the film itself is apparently Jenna Fisher. For a while, I think she was married to him, and she took the script that he had written onto The Office, you know, she plays Pam, and gave it to Rainn Wilson, who plays Dwight, and he was really interested in it, and James Gunn had been working on it for quite a few years, like writing it and just trying to get it out there and get it made, and it finally all came to fruition, and it's really cool the way they did it. It just, I think a lot of the actors and actresses didn't take a big... or they took a huge pay cut. They didn't take a lot of pay, or for this film, because it is kind of an independent. You can tell it has comparisons to Kick-Ass. I've seen people online compare it to Kick-Ass and, oh, Super sucks, it's no Kick-Ass. It's not supposed to be. I don't think in any way, shape, or form he was trying to do what Kick-Ass is. It's the story of a guy who sees wrong in the world, and that guy being Rainn Wilson, and his wife kind of leaves him, but she gets into drugs and starts hanging out with these drug dealers. I don't want to get too deep into that plot, just to not give spoilers, but basically he sees that she's been taken by these drug dealers, and he sees all the crime going on, and he decides he loses it in a way, and he just wants to do something about it. So, of course that story's been told over and over now. I'm sure at the time James Gunn was thinking of it, it was still probably quite fresh. One thing they get into in this film is Rainn Wilson has these visions, and it really reminded me of like Kevin Smith movies, of the 90s and stuff, and I don't know why, but he gets these visions of like God telling him what to do, which includes an awesome cameo by Nathan Fillion, and Fillion, I don't know how you pronounce it, I never know how to pronounce anything, but he gets these visions from God, and when I saw that, I was like, man, is this going to be like, and not that I'm putting it down, but I was like, is this going to be like a religious fanatic movie, or like where they teach, I don't know, I didn't know where he was going with that, but luckily, he doesn't get too deep into that. It's almost just kind of like, it just gets the character going, but they don't play up the religious aspect too much, and in a movie like this, like it's rated R and stuff, I really didn't want him to. I think that's just been done before. He gets these visions, he goes on a crusade, his tagline or his motto is "Shut up, crime," and he gets like a wrench, and he goes and fights crime, and you just see where it goes from there. He gets himself in a lot of fucked up, horrible situations. It shows what would in a way he shows what would really happen if you were to dress up in a costume and try to go around to a neighborhood. There is also far-fetched stuff where you're like, okay, that couldn't ever happen in real life. The special effects are very Troma-like. Waterpipe actually watched this film before me, and he considers it unwatchable. He did not like it. He thought the effects were horrible. I feel like they were exactly what the director and just the whole crew were going for. I enjoy that type of stuff more. Definitely like the story. However, by this point, I have seen it before, unfortunately. Not just in Kick-Ass, but I feel like if I would have watched this film in the late 90s or a little bit after, I would have been like, wow, that is so, like, it would have been like a cult classic right away. Now it's harder to do that. There's been more stuff, and that's not a put down on James Gunn at all. I think he's extremely creative. It's just, it's hard to grab that status now and to, like, get that movie out there, because people have seen it, and some of them are just like, yeah, I've seen that before. I've seen cooler special effects, and it's tough. It's a hard world out there to put out a superhero type movie. Two things to talk about in this movie that just kind of made the movie one way or the other. The music, for one. A lot of times, I don't know what it was, but when they play the music when Rainn Wilson is thinking about a situation or trying to come up with an idea to fight crime, or when they were getting themselves into whatever situation they were, I really liked the soundtrack overall. And it's just, it's more instrumental than it is anything, but I gotta say, I really like the music in this. And Ellen Page does an excellent job. And she becomes the sidekick of Rainn Wilson. And, I mean, she kind of doesn't do that till later in the movie. Small spoiler, whatever. That's fine. But I don't know what it was, but whenever a lot of people really like her as the sidekick, I think she did great. She's fine. It's more of whenever they put those two together, whenever that storyline started to take place, like him taking on a sidekick, that's where I just I didn't like it as much. I don't know why. I kind of liked him more so, and his interactions with her when they were regular people in like in comic shops and diners and wherever they talk. But when she becomes the sidekick, it was just, but it did what it was supposed to. It was very awkward, very like just raw and crazy. So, it's not that it's bad, it just, the movie took a kind of a totally different turn once she enters the picture as being like one of the, main characters or supporting characters. So, this isn't at all to like put you off of the movie. Definitely watch it, see what you think. I think it's one of her, obviously, my favorite role of hers, not even Juno, is Hard Candy, because I don't even see how she played that role so well, so creepy. She does real good with this. She just plays this crazy sidekick, and I think you're going to really like it. And I think it's that kind of thing where it started getting comparisons to Hit Girl and Kick-Ass and shit like that. And like I said, I don't think that's even fair, because I don't think they were going for the same thing. Definitely worth trying out if you're into superhero movies and independent films and things like that, seeing what you think of it. You may not like it, but you could tell that they definitely put forth a lot of effort, and I feel like they made a pretty fun film to watch. And let me know what you think. Super. I'm Coffee Doug.